What is going on, Atlanta Falcons fans, man? Y'all know it is your boy Antoine Smith. Stopping in right quick to give y'all my quick thoughts on something I seen on Twitter, and it's to me, it's what's going on right now with the Falcons. It's kind of good news, but we know what's going on with James Pierce right now, and I think no matter what the situation turns out to be, he may get suspended by the NFL for personal conduct policy. He may even get released by the Atlanta Falcons. So it will leave them with yet another hole as an edge rusher. And we waited all these years to set a franchise record with 57 sacks in 2025, only to become back in the same position a year later, going into the draft again. But that's neither here nor there. I pray everything works out for James Pierce Jr. Pray that he can resume his career whenever that may be. But there is a rumor that Polymarket, and yes, the betting website Polymarket, they have Maxx Crosby as a potential landing spot for the Atlanta Falcons. And I think it's at like 17%. But at the time of making this video, I think it was at 16%, so it went down one. And they're still in that top 5 range, tied at 5, I think. So would it be a bad idea? I don't think so. But here's what the Raiders' new head coach, Clint Kubiak, had to say about Maxx Crosby.
We want him to be a part of our success going forward. And, there's no doubt about that. He's one of the best players in the NFL. So that's a no-brainer to get to work with Maxx and to see him continue to have success with this organization.
Maxx has been a great Raider. He is a great Raider. He's gone through a lifetime of development here for 7 or 8 years, and he still is a Raider. So it's all good.
He's the new head coach, so you're going to expect him to say something like that. But when Mark Davis was asked this question, it almost slipped out that there may be a trade on the horizon. And as rumors been sparking, Maxx Crosby has told Tom Brady that he requests a trade. He doesn't want to play in Las Vegas anymore. And you got to respect that, man, because he got his big deal that he wanted, 3 years, $106 million. And yeah, I think he was worth it, and that's an average about 35 and a half, if we're being honest. But let's look at his numbers, man. You look at last year, 73 tackles, 10 sacks, 15 games, 1 interception, first career interception, 2 forced fumbles, and tackle for losses. And I think that's one of the strong suits of his game, man, tackle for losses. You look at for his career, he actually led the NFL in tackle for losses 2 years in a row, in 2022 and 2023, and he even topped both of those highs with 28 last year. And he's been in the Pro Bowl the last 5 seasons. So when you talk about a guy with 69 and a half sacks that's going to come and put in the work, and you think about he's a team leader, in my opinion, and I think when you get a Maxx Crosby and he's a team leader as a defender, I think it's, one of the vital parts that you need for a team when it comes to that. But how does this fit the Falcons? I just told y'all earlier. James Pierce, don't know what's going to happen with that. Pray he comes out well. But that leaves another hole because you got to think. Arnold Ebiketie is a free agent. Leonard Floyd is a free agent. And you got to think about the younger guys that you have. And Brandon Dorless, Rook Ororo, and those guys. So you need a veteran along that line with those young guys. And a guy like a Maxx Crosby could rub off on Jalen Walker as far as mentoring and teaching him the ins and outs of the game. Sort of like the White Freeney did with Vic Beasley. But I know y'all saying, what would it take? I'm going to be honest with y'all. I really don't care what it takes, as long as Maxx Crosby gets to Atlanta. Because, look, he's a dominant player in this league. He has been for a while. You know what you're getting. So, would the Raiders want a first-round pick? Absolutely. Do we have a first-round pick in 2026? Absolutely not. So what I would do, I would give them that second-round pick, or if they take a first-round pick at 27 and 28, you could work it out that way. Or you can get them the second-round pick and a player for Maxx Crosby. Who that is, I don't know. And they're likely going to draft a quarterback sometime in this year's draft. So why not give him one of your receivers? You can give him a Mooney. You can do a franchising tag with Kyle Pitts or Drake London. He's probably going to be on the market because he's up for a big deal. So, and the scary thing about that, what Drake London is potentially going to make is not what Maxx Crosby is making right now. So you're putting more money out there if you keep Drake London. But let's keep it real, and y'all know I do. I would give up those picks. I would, because he's a game-changing player, and with every championship team, you have to have a game-changing player on defense. It's a given. Look at Bijan Robinson. He's our game-changer on offense. You add a Maxx Crosby, he's the game-changer on defense. To go with Brandon Doors, who as a second-year player had a coming-out party with, I think, 8.5 sacks. Then you look at Jesse Bates is still here. Xavier Watts, 5 interceptions, phenomenal rookie season. When Billy Bowman comes back, he has the nickel lockdown. Divine Diablo is an all-world linebacker, and he was Maxx Crosby's teammate in Las Vegas. So when you think about it as a whole, it just makes so much sense that Maxx Crosby could be the missing piece for the Atlanta Falcons. Sometimes you got to break the bank to make things work, and this is a win-now team. So this being a win-now team, I still think that's why it makes all the more sense. But Maxx Crosby linked to the Atlanta Falcons by Polymarket. And again, y'all go in there and make them bets. Please be careful with gambling because it can get out of control. But that's my quick thought on that, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop those comments. Let's debate. Let's have fun as always, man. Y'all know how we do it on Sports Machine. This your boy Antoine Smith signing off. I will holler at y'all soon, man. Peace.